All praises and glory to Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai Bahasham Ha Rakat Kodash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, which taught us the truth, and shalom to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. May you endure into the end. Shalom. Alright, so this is a Glenn Beck video that I'm about to play for you. It's titled Elites Tease Our New World Order, quote, at Global Summit. Alright, so I'm going to play this little piece of this video, and then I'm going to get some scripture to support that the scriptures prophesied exactly what these devils would do. The so-called white man is the red devil the Bible speaks of. The Israelites, God's chosen people, are the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American Indian, which have been scattered throughout the world as slavery. The name of who the world ignorantly calls God is Yahweh, and he's the power of Israel. Alright, and he sent his son Yahushai as the Messiah, which in the scriptures, if you would read it, it actually tells you the Messiah is a so-called black man. Alright? So these so-called Caucasians, these red devils, put their image over the Lord's image, which is in the scriptures. Alright? That they cover the faces of the judges thereof. In Job. Alright? And this is dealing with the wicked. So now the wicked is being revealed, and they're pretty much getting desperate. And when these wicked-ass Edomites get desperate, they go on a slaughter, alright? They're going to slaughter a lot of people.
She's an economist and former presidential advisor in the U.S., speaking yesterday at the World Government Summit, talking about the new digital money.
What underpins a world order is always the financial system. I was very privileged. My father was an advisor to Nixon when they came off the gold standard in 71, and so I was brought up with a kind of inside view of how very important the financial structure is to absolutely everything else. And what we're seeing in the world today, I think, is we're on the brink of a dramatic change where we are about to, and I'll say this boldly,
yes,
we're about to abandon the traditional system of money and accounting and introduce a new one.
That's
and the new one,
the dollar.
The new accounting is what we call blockchain. It means digital.
Listen to
it
this.
means having a almost perfect record of every single transaction that happens in the economy, which will give us far greater clarity over what's going on. It also raises huge dangers in terms of the balance of power between states and citizens. In my opinion, we're going to need a digital constitution of human rights if we're going to have digital money. But also, this new money will be sovereign in nature. Most people think that digital money is crypto and private. But what I see are superpowers introducing digital currency. The Chinese were the first. The US is on the brink, I think, of moving in the same direction. The Europeans have committed to that as well. And the question is, will that new system of digital money and digital accounting accommodate the competing needs of the citizens of all these locations so that every human being has a chance to have a better life? Because that's the only measure of whether a world order really serves.
Yeah, I don't think so. But just to build on that, again, for anyone who thinks that I am crazy, you can now quote the New York Times. Not only is the New World Order, the Global Government Summit yesterday talking about this, but here's the New York Times. Central banks around the world are experimenting with issuing digital replacements for cash in the form of central bank digital currencies. But those are, by and large, not anonymous. Let me say that again. But those are, by and large, not anonymous. In January, a white paper from the Federal Reserve made it clear any digital currency it issued would differ materially from cash, which enables anonymous transactions, end quote. What does that mean? If the Fed issues a digital currency, which the president is now asking the Fed in a executive order to explore, they've already explored it. They have a white paper that's 78 pages long. They're on their own website. They put it there in January. They don't need to explore it. And they said that the Fed coin will differ materially from cash because no purchase will be anonymous. To some people, the loss of privacy is no big deal, especially if the death of cash makes life harder on criminals who often do business using stacks of $100 bills to avoid detection by the authorities. Representative Stephen Lynch, a Democrat from Massachusetts, a former iron worker who represents a part of Boston and its southern suburbs, isn't soft on crime, but he doesn't like the idea of banks and governments being able to track every single transaction every person makes. Quote, "We're trying to preserve some element of anonymity and not have full spectrum surveillance of every aspect of people's lives," end quote. This is from a Democrat. This is in the New York Times. Please don't say it's a conspiracy. And please.
All right. So it was prophesied that this would happen. All right. In Revelation 13, verse 16, and he, the he being the so-called white man, all right, the red devil the Bible speaks of, starting with the elite, causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark. The mark that it's speaking of, I'm going to just put a picture up of it, all right? It's talking about this bad boy here, all right? They're going to make it mandatory that you have that implanted in your body for buying and selling. It says, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, which, once again, it's this thing here that they want to put in your hand or in your forehead. And that no man might buy or sell, have he that had, save he that had the mark. So they want to make it mandatory that you have this to hold their blockchain currency. This is a digital wallet. See? And they're going to come out with a Fed coin, a crypto coin, or a blockchain attached to some kind of currency that you're going to have a wallet, which is this thing here, and it's going to be in your body so they could track every transaction, every movement, everything you do, they'll be able to control. All right? It says, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath the understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and that man is Esau Edom, the so-called white man, starting with the elite. And his number is 636. All right, let's just get what happens to them that get that. All right, dealing with the Israelites. It says in verse 9, Revelation 14, verse 9, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahushai, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. All right, so America, after they make this thing mandatory, America is going to get nuked. Russia and NATO is going to team up against America and shoot missiles at it. Alright? America is going to literally be obliterated from the face of the earth. And it will never be rebuilt again. Alright? It will remain a desert, a memorial of the great judgment of Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai against the wicked. Alright? So it's going to be a memorial forever. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone, which comes out of the mouth of those missiles, out of the mouth of the chariots, in the presence of the holy angels, which the angels are following Yahushai on chariots, so-called UFOs, and in the presence of the Lamb, which is Yahushai. And the smoke of their torment ascendeth up forever and ever, which after this destruction, America is literally going to be smoking. And they have no rest day or night, nor night, who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name, which is this once again. Alright, they're going to make it mandatory for buying and selling. Here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai and the faith of Yahushai. Alright? So we got to remain faithful to Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai. It says that them that are with him are called, chosen, and faithful. All praises and glory to Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai. Ba'asham Ha-Rakah Kodash, double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, which taught us the truth. And Shalom to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. May you endure unto the end. Shalom and Abba Babal.